Hello everyone, I'm Tessellating Hexagons. This is Bug Fables. In the post-game. There is progressively less and less for us to do with each passing episode, and today we're looking at the Termacade. I didn't really think this intro through, and it probably won't take the entirety of this episode, so while I'm here, I'm gonna tee this up for probably next time. I've done some inventory management. I've sold a lot of what I had, so behold this list and cringe as you see fit. And my current inventory looks like this. I have plans. It's going to be a next episode thing. But since we're in the menus... Termacade. Created by reverse engineering giant technology, the Termacade is very popular in the Termite Kingdom. Players can enter a new digital world without braving the world's dangers. Now with a branch in the Ant Kingdom, and there isn't one in the Termite capital as far as I can tell, the Termacade expects to further spread its name to areas outside of Bugaria. It's minigames. There are two. Although, I joked about this to a friend of mine, how, yes, there's going to be one that's bee-themed, one that's beetle-themed, and then there's one that just doesn't work because there's a small creature hiding inside it. Well, I can't prove that there's a small creature inside this one at the back here, but clearly it's a metaphor for Team Snakemuth. Anyway, so, high scores. There are two minigames here. There is a prize for getting the high score in both of them. I cannot promise that I will do this on camera. That's the objective. Is it gonna happen? Anyway. Hello, welcome to Termacade's Exchange Cutter. How do I help you today? We just came to talk. Sorry, I can't talk during work hours. Come back after you get a high score. Hope you have a great time here at the Termacade. Okay, well, since we're here, first of all, exchange tokens. This is the prize counter. Here are the things that we can win here. A bag of flour, two guys with handlebar mustaches, Garmanarnar, a tangy berry, and the things that we're actually here for. There are 5 medals for Leif, priced at 120 arcade tokens each, and 3 ribbons for Chompy. We will need a total of 870 tokens to buy them all. By hook or by crook, I'm getting those tokens. Will I get them from the minigames? Big doubt. So, first of all, teach me the ways. We'll start with Flower Journey. In Flower Journey, you control a little bee looking for pollen. You've got to avoid wasps and logs by flying with blah. You'll slowly earn score as you play, or you can collect flowers. The more you get in a row, the better your score gets. So basically, it's Flappy Bird. You get 15 points for every obstacle that you pass, and the flowers boost your score. It is the cheaper of the two minigames to play, and it's randomly generated, so you will... There is a real opportunity of it just rolling a level that you can't complete. So just, don't stress about it. So, will this go well for me? I highly doubt it, but hey, it's the V-themed minigame, albeit in the green arcade cabinet, so... One button, just press the, well, for me it's the Z key, just to do a little bit of a bounce into the air. So plus 15 for every obstacle that you pass, bonus points for getting a flower. Sometimes it'll get progressively faster. Wasps will spawn after a while in between each of these. Well, not necessarily between each obstacle, but they'll spawn in the way, and sometimes in order to dodge them, you'll put yourself directly in the path of an obstacle, hitting something from the side, or from below, or from above. No matter how you do it, it counts as a death. Perfect timing. I feel like I should have gone under that one, I'm not sure. So, what's my prize for getting 655? At 6 tokens, we didn't even break even! But I have enough for another round, so, let's see how well this goes. Probably not very. Was that exactly the same score as last time? Because I swear to houses. Well, that's fine. We get another 6 tokens, which means we don't have enough for another round. Which brings me on to my next topic, which is paying to win. We can buy tokens at a rate of 3 berries per token. I don't want to do maths, so... Can I? Wait, no. I can't afford 200. How about 1 hundo for now? I could definitely get berries from elsewhere. for the time being, I'm just going to do this to demonstrate the games. I would like to be able to earn tokens by playing the games well, so I'm gonna give this another go. Oh, yeah, also you can hit the top of the screen and bonk yourself to death on that as well. By the way, to my knowledge, I believe there is a mod that you can download that gets rid of the CRT filter if that bothers you. So, it seems to be 100 points per token, by the way. That seems to be the calculation here, rounded down, of course. This feels doable. Once I crack that first wasp, I think everything will be fine. One more shot, another round, end of the night, it's going down. I'm yelling timber. Boo! But at least I broke even that time. That feels like... It feels doable, as I said. It's something that I could possibly get to good... I could get good at it with practice. But I don't care that much, because I'm sure I have enough berries, and if I don't, I can grind them up easily enough to just buy my way to what I want anyway. So, let's move on to the higher rolling of the two games, Mite Knight, or Mighty Knighty, if you will. Actually, no. Wearing a Mighty Knighty, haha, it is a sleeping blouse that buffs your attack. No, it'll help the Termite Knight reach the top of the tower. Use blah 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 and blah to move around. If you hold down blah, you can raise your shield and block its enemy attacks and strafe. To attack enemies, just press blah when in front of them. You'll earn points for beating them. You can drink potions to heal when it gets rough. Basically, it's a Doom-like dungeon crawler. Potions spawn randomly. Most importantly, find the golden key at every floor and unlock the way upwards. If you get lost, wait a bit, a compass will show up to help. Try to clear the game fast and without taking damage. That's a recipe for a high score. I hope you have a great time here at the Termacade. I hope so too. No promises. So yes, it's a bit more expensive. In theory, the payout is better. It's giving Pizza Tower. This predates Pizza Tower. Dare I say, it predates upon Pizza Tower. No, I've never actually played Pizza Tower, so I wouldn't be able to say. Now, I'm not sure what the best strategy is for fighting here, because I know you can take damage, and I don't remember what the rhythm of it is, as it were. So, as the attendant suggested, okay, look for this texture, that's the way forward. If I can go into it, if I please. There we go, I defeated an enemy by walking into it. Now, I think if you stop and let the compass appear, it'll tell you the way to the final chamber, but it won't necessarily tell you the direction towards the key. Okay, I think I took an damage. I'm not sure how... Okay, I took damage while trying to heal, so clearly the strat here is just avoid combat. Well, I'm saying avoid combat. I think realistically, you're not going to get a fantastic score unless you engage in at least a little bit of combat. Tell me where to go. Okay, we're going in the right direction. I took a fork in the road, and I was paranoid that I'd taken the incorrect fork. Now, I believe there is a finite, there is an end here. So, do your best, do it every day. Health carries across between floors, so you can play so badly that you're not healed just by completing a floor. So, bear that in consideration when playing. Okay, my objective in the combat is to just sit and panic. So, okay, once again, we're heading in the right direction. There's a time limit, and I don't... Does that reset between floors? I don't feel like it does. So, I'm just going to go for what Nintendo would call an R speedrun. Which just brings me back to my criticisms of the voice. I did it. I got and score. Nowhere close to the score we need to get, but proof of concept. And 45 tokens! We made our money back, fam. On that basis, I think I will do a few more rounds of this, and hope for the best. Well, that one went a little bit better, except on that final floor I could not find the key. I found the end before I found the key. Also, I forget if I said, but while your shield is up, you can't attack, so that's the trade-off there. But, again, this feels doable. I am going to go for another round here, because I think if I just gumptioned up and did more fighting in the earlier floors, I think I could get the high score, or the requisite score anyway, so bear with. This is probably more fun for me than it is for you. Haha! Wait, was the target score 9,500 or 12,500? Either way, quintuple digits, I will take that and be mildly content with myself. It's nowhere close to the number of tokens I actually need, but, you know, we out here making progress. There you go, new high score. This makes me want to try Flappy Bappy again. So bear with. No promises. Ha! Oh, there was a new game element there as well, like a honeycomb or something. It looked like it might have given extra pointilage, but... oh, that's like 3/4 of the way there. This is how they get you. One more try. One more try. Just one more try. Embarrassment! One more try. One more try for real. Okay, so the honeycomb gives you temporary invincibility, and I think it ran out just as I was trying to rely on it. Well, whatever. That puts us at 235. I made a loss. Well, whatever. So, just to make the calculations easier in my head, I'm going to buy 5 tokens just to bring us up to 240. In fact, no, hang on. I'm going to buy another 30 because this matters to me more. And then I'm going to exchange those for the 3 ribbons. So, each of these ribbons gives Chompy a different attack. Right, how this works is, if Chompy is wearing one of these 3 ribbons in battle, then an additional flower appears in the attack menu, so you can either do the regular attack, which does, I think, 2 damage as base, or you can spend TP to have her do a different bite that uses whichever element, so it might put the enemy to sleep, or numb them, or poison them, depending on the ribbon that she's wearing. So that's how that works, and I want to spend my berries to buy my way to the top, but I do need my berries for something else as well, and, well, we may as well deal with that, because this is something I've been sitting on for quite some time, and the time has never really felt right, but we spoke to you ages and ages and ages ago, I think? Her name is Samira. Samira's been doing good. We do pay well. Or, well, we've been planning to pay well. Jeez, not just that. Other bugs come to hear her play too. I hope she gets a big following soon. Hello, I'm really happy you came back. It's only been 50-something episodes. And the way this works is, I believe each individual song costs 2 berries, but once you paid for it once, that's it. It's unlocked forever. She is the sound test, and you can listen to any song in the game for free once you've paid the initial fee of 2 berries for that song. What I'm hoping is that I have enough berries on hand to just buy the... Is this the title of a song, or have I actually missed one? Okay, that is the title of the song. Okay. So, there we go. The reason why I was leaving this until last is the songs in the Termacade also appear here, and they appear in this list based on the order that you encounter them in the game, so it may not line up with the canonical order in the OST. So, what's it gonna cost to buy all the songs? That was a really good sound. Bear with. I don't think I actually have enough berries on hand to buy my way to the top in the Termacade, so, that's a little bit awkward. But the main thing I'm here for is we will buy all songs. Take my money, it's fine. You've supported me all this time, so take this. I really appreciate you. This is the prize for unlocking every single song with Samira, which I did in one lump thing. You can chip away at this over the course of the game. It's just, I wanted to get it all done all at once, and it's the final heart berry for real this time. And also you get an achievement for doing that as well. So, I guess I should give this to Leif. There we go. We're all nice and even and good and stuff. I need to do berry things to unlock all of the medals in the Termacade, and it's gonna be a whole thing, and... Hi, Amber, I did not mean to talk to you. Well, how many can we get just right the dang here and now, then? Buy tokens. Okay, what's 739 divided by 3?
12 seconds later.
Okay, my maths is mathsing so far, but I am going to need so many more to actually achieve my dreams here, so bear with. And with that, I have spent every last berry that I own, and it is still not enough. So I will have to find other ways of grinding up what I need, but that's okay. Since we're here, we can afford... Well, no, you know what? Actually, we're close, I think. So I'll get this charge up plus. As I've alluded to previously, all 5 of these are abilities that Leif can wield anyway with the right medal, just powered up versions of that. So I don't use them in my builds, but you can. That is an option that is open to you. And you know what? Despite my concerns, I am dangerously close. So on that basis, I'm gonna play some more Mite Knight and see if I can grind up what I need. I think that's a new high score, and it's so nearly 11037, but it's not. So, are we there yet? Yay! One day I'll get the high score on Flappy Bappy, but it doesn't really matter. We got what we came for, or at least, as of now, we got what we came for. So, yeah. I think that means we now have every medal in the game? Question mark? I feel like there should be an achievement for that, and I don't know if there is. Anyway, there's one last thing that I want to cover in this episode, and then next episode is just going to be the hodgepodge episode where everything just goes absolutely crazy because it's just showing off the remaining dribs and drabs and drentricles and such like of... it's covering everything that's not been covered up to this point. So, I guess here endeth the gameplay? Well, okay, there's going to be recipes and there's going to be other stuff to talk about, but I've been putting this off for forever. Let's read up on some lore to round this series out. Our lifespan. Before the Day of Awakening, they say we used to live very little, only a few days or moons, and most of that time we were helpless larvae. Marriage marked the end of life. It's inconceivable nowadays. For one, we don't even remember being larvae. Truly, becoming an adult is like being born, and then we get to enjoy this beautiful land for many years. It's hard not to pity our ancestors who had to give up life soon after becoming aware of it. The crowning of Elizant II. After tears were shed over Elizant's too sudden retirement, it was time to crown the new queen. Elizant II's speech radiated power over kindness, leaving many uneasy. Although everyone cheered, doubt and fear festered among the populace. They could only wait and pray their new queen would be just. And it turns out she was, but they weren't know that. Ladybird exile. This has been hinted at throughout the course of the game, and now we get a little bit of closure on that. It had been just one moon after Queen Elizant II took the throne. Farmer ants kept reporting the disappearance of many aphid eggs. I can never remember if it's aphid or aphid, because one's the American pronunciation and one's the English one, and I am insufferably anal about that, and I don't remember which way around it is. After a thorough investigation, a band of 17 ladybirds were found to be the culprits. Yes, 17! That's as many as 7 tens minus a few, and that's terrible. As of the time this book was written, many special permits are required for them to even visit. The move was seen as very controversial and has been the Queen's most criticised decision. It remains to be seen how our generation will handle the shifts caused by this event. Although, as of the end of the story, I think she's easing up on them a little bit. Lesser bugs, this ought to be interesting. After the Day of Awakening, many bugs changed form. We evolved to be able to live as we do now. But not all bugs evolved. Some remain untouched by the Awakening. We call them lesser bugs. Spiders, midges, weevils, and some others did not gain sapience. Not sentience, they're already sentient, they can feel pain. It's sapience is the word you're looking for. They remained unchanged. The causes for that are still being researched, but unless another Day of Awakening happens, it will be difficult to study the changes. However, it's been concluded lesser bugs have become more ferocious and will attack bugs that come near them, which justifies the whole combat system. The everlasting sapling, l'arbrisseau éternel. It is said that the sapling was a creation of the roaches. The legends of the sapling have brought the first settlers to Bugaria, bringing upon the creation of the ant kingdom. According to legends, it is said that eating even one of its leaves will grant immortality to the bug that eats it. Our only clue to its whereabouts are artifacts mentioned in ancient texts. They say one resides in Snakemouth Den, but its dangers have proven too much to conquer. Was it truly made by the roaches? Could it have caused the roaches to vanish? We just don't know. Snakemouth Den. Rumours say that during Elizant I's rule, roaches that lived in Snakemouth Den were faced with a sudden demise. In one night, all the roaches that lived there were gone, and fungal monsters appeared. Expeditions sent have always suffered losses, so the search for the reason was put on hold. Snakemouth Den is rumoured to be a host to many ancient crystals. Could that be the cause? No, but if you read this at the earliest convenience that you have access to it in the game, you wouldn't know that. A brief history of bees. The bees are close allies with the ants and came in shortly after Elizant I settled down in these lands. While they used to make honey themselves, technological advancements made robotic drones slowly take over the honey's production. Many bees of the newer generation, barring scholars, do not fully understand how to make it. Their society is mostly composed of females, with males residing in the queen's chambers, the inaccessible upper floors that we can't get to, but I alluded to it at some point earlier, I'm sure. A brief history of wasps? Les guêpes, if you will. Although they've been around long before Elizant I's arrival, the wasps live just outside of Bugaria. Thus, the ants hold the title of first settlers. They control most of the northern territory, composing of the far grasslands and wild swamplands, and will attack anyone they catch intruding. Due to a history of internal conflict, even the young are well versed in military tactics and combat. We learned that firsthand. A brief history of termites, or termites if you're feeling Greco-Roman. Like the wasps, they lived in these lands long before Elizant I, and like them, lived just outside of Bugaria. An isolationist society, they say the termites were close allies of the roaches, and as such possess advanced technology within their dome. Unlike bees and ants, the termites possess both male and female soldiers and workers in their society. They're also very good builders and know how to use clay well. But did they ever ask Clay's permission? The roaches are the oldest of the bugs that rose after what they call the Day of Awakening. Having mastered the art of crystals, their civilization rose on top of this abundant power source. However, they suddenly disappeared. Many have speculated on the reason. Popular sentiment is some sort of civil war must have led their civilization to crumble. Personally, I doubt it. Surely some would have remained then. If some roaches did survive, they live far from Bugaria. Perhaps not even they would know of what their ancestors did. And that myth confirmed. The lost art of flight. History tells of insects soaring the sky, covering great distances. Nowadays, only the bees, wasps, and a few lesser species seem to retain that privilege. Even so, most bugs continue to possess wings. Day-to-day life doesn't quite need flight, so perhaps we as a collective have evolved past it. Could it be that one day bees will not flap their wings any longer? Manted claws? According to data found in ancient roach slabs, mantises used to have claws instead of hands before the Day of Awakening. What a weird way to live. How would they be able to hold stuff to make art or even cook nowadays? Thinking about it, this might be why they have an affinity for sharp tools. Fascinating.
Fascinating!
Some lesser mantids and mimics still have claws instead of hands. Such a pity. The ancient crystals. Many crystals exist around the world, filled with a mysterious power. The old roaches learned how to harness their magic, and crystals are now used as a power source for many machinery and other things. No current side effects from crystal exposure are known, making them relatively safe. Some children's tales mention that sometimes sounds can be heard from them if in a quiet enough place, probably fake. Archaeologists say these crystals appeared at the same time the Day of Awakening started, suggesting a link between them and that event. Family structures in social bugs. Bugs can be classified into two types, social and loners. Social bugs usually have a single queen, the mother of the colony. Although all individuals are siblings, they do not tend to see it that way. Some individuals grow closer to others by choice, creating their own small family cell. Social bugs are separated into workers or civilians. Workers are born to protect and take care of running the colony. Workers take their job very seriously and will fulfill their duties the best they can. Recently, some workers have rebelled to lead a loner life. This too could be an evolution? Civilians form family bonds more easily and care for the general well-being of their colony. It should be noted that social bugs referring to their queen as mother is considered a taboo. The queen, however, has freedom to call others their children. The privilege of royalty. There are so many books. We're getting there. Bulgarian honey. Something about the pollen collected from Bulgarian flowers causes the honey produced here to be super sweet but also super volatile. If the honey is mixed too thickly or heated up too much, it becomes alive and turns into a being called an abome honey. Scientists are still trying to figure out what causes the honey to turn into these beasts. Many tests point towards crystal fragments in the plants of Bugaria being the culprit, but there's no conclusive proof. Seems legit. Berries as currency. It is unknown how long bugs have been using these specific types of berries as currency, but it is a very effective method. Hard, long-lasting, and very bitter, these berries are almost never eaten for their horrible taste, Diana. Their small size is perfect for carrying them around, too. There have been recorded cases of some bugs actually enjoying eating these berries, but almost none can stomach their taste. So if you like them, your opinion is wrong. Dark cherries. There are some rare berries in Bulgaria that are worth a lot. We call them dark cherries. A red counterpart has been found in the eastern lands, but due to how common they aren't as sought after. The dark variants strangely seem to only grow underground, meanwhile the red ones grow in tall trees. In any case, some bugs have a keen sense of smell for dark cherries. They're hard to find them, so that they may be sold to collectors. The era of deceit. After the Day of Awakening, not all bugs stood equal in society. Many ants, bees, wasps, and others failed to evolve with the rest. Many long disputes and frustration occurred because of this. Thankfully, with the passing of time, all bugs experienced the awakening. This tells me nothing about the title you just served to me. Youngling care. Since the Day of Awakening, we mature faster, but our infant stage is still critical. There can be events where the caterpillar or grub stages get interrupted, causing unforeseen consequences, like with yin. If one is not careful, the youngling could turn into a dangerous lesser bug. Nurseries must be protected and treasured at all costs so that our future generations don't suffer such a fate. A study of magic. Magic is uncommon, and few bugs are able to use it. Some bees theorize that crystal exposure can grant magic powers, but testing yields no fruit, surely. A legendary wizard that lived in these lands used to experiment with crystals to learn their magic properties, but he suddenly disappeared, and all knowledge of how crystals relate to magic disappeared with him. Rumors have said that he might be living in the far grasslands, but no traces of him have been located, because he lives in a tower with a load of signs that say go away. Assuming we're talking about the same person, anyway. The Mother Crystal! Deep underground below the Forsaken Lands, it is said a massive crystal resides. Said crystal might be linked to why Bugaria is such a haven in this area. The ancient Roach texts suggest it fell from the heavens during the Day of Awakening, piercing the earth. They said the crystal's aura protects Bugaria from the outside world's great perils. Some say that it is tied to the goddess Venus, a local deity of the Golden Settlement. Actually, we've met her, it's pronounced Venus. Shut up, I'm a book. Although personally, I would prefer not to speculate using local folklore. Further study is necessary, but the termites prohibit anyone digging under the Forsaken Lands. Until relations between the kingdoms improve, reaching the crystal is currently impossible. But hey, relations improved as of the end of this game, so clearly we're going to have a Bug Fables Legends Z2A where we get to go down there. The Deadlands. The gigantic feral beasts that surround Bugaria, it's uncanny how we've gotten used to them. Elizabeth I braved the Deadlands, riddled with those creatures, to ensure our peace. Although Bugaria is protected by the Mother Crystal, I struggle to write when I think of what could happen should that crystal lose its power. The Northern Kingdom. Hey, Kabu, this is about you. Far beyond the swamplands lay the Northern Kingdom, home to mostly many kinds of beetles. They're very traditionalist and hold honour above all else. However many travel to Bugaria. Surely you mean... semicolon, however, comma, many travel to Bugaria to escape the Deadlanders' attacks, as opposed to... they remain traditionalist despite however many there are that travel to Bugaria. You see, punctuation is important, people. The trip to Bugaria is hard enough, but the north houses the swamps filled with more dangerous creatures. To avoid the wasps' hostility, most take the long route around their kingdom. It is the most insane of trips. Excuse me! Well, it was. You lost your friends. Yes, but still, it's rude to see it written in a book. Truly, the lives of the Northerners isn't an easy one. The Eastern Lands. To the far east of Bugaria lay the Deadlands we fear so much. Monsters everywhere and a feeling of utter dread. Who knows how, but I braved through the odds. Eventually, I reached the Eastern Kingdom, the land of Kitakami. It is so different compared to Bugaria. It has many exotic fruits and materials that cannot be found in our kingdom. Many of its denizens live in a very closed community that shuns outsiders. The only exception to this seems to be a rare species of bug that resembles fruits, such as scurby, tangerine, and cerise. Plushies of them are currently a thing, and I feel like I mentioned plushies earlier on in this series, and that brick has come back down. They're making tangerine and cerise plushies, but only for a limited time, so check on Steam for more information about that, I guess. Although friendly, other eastern bugs appear to stay clear of them. Is their smell too sweet, or are they just too silly of the eggs? If I don't make it back to Bugaria, I'm glad I got to meet them. Nearly there. The giants. Every day, more ancient artifacts pop up. Given their size and unknown purpose, scholars believe giants roamed these lands. They could have existed all over the known world in giant kingdoms to protect them from the Deadlands. When the Day of Awakening happened, the giants must have vanished. Only their artifacts remain. There's no way to know, is there? Maybe they caused the awakening themselves. Perhaps they fell to the Deadlands or created them themselves. Maybe someday they will return to reclaim their old home. Maybe they have left for another world. I'm a bug of facts, but even I am reduced to daydreaming about their fate. At least we have their monuments showing us glimpses of days past. And finally, the Day of Reckoning. The following cannot be confirmed, having been retrieved from a book in a Roach village's ruins. According to this book, written by Roderick the Roach Scholar, what we call the Day of Awakening, the Roaches called the Day of Reckoning. It was an event where they woke up to the world. They share our belief that before that day, we were not different from the lesser bugs amongst us. A cataclysm happened suddenly which banished the once fabled giants to another world. Only bugs and some other creatures were left in this world. After said cataclysm, the roaches became sapient, giving birth to civilization. Other books by Roderick mention fires raining down from the sky and destroying the earth. Expeditions have not found craters or traces of such a disaster.
Because they're so big and we're so small, we can't actually perceive the difference, but whatever.
Its constant mention in roach texts suggests it was a big part of their culture. Or could it be a religious creation myth? Roderick, were you lying? How are we supposed to find out?
Curses.
I'll keep this book hidden away until I can find the truth. I'll head into the Eastern Lands once more if I have to. So there we go. Deep lore. Meteors struck the world, killing off humans and giving rise to bug kind, or at least that's what's suggested. So, I have nothing to follow that up with, so I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. Then the next episode, silliness. See you then for that.